Reframing Mindset podcast, where I clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Carlos Brooks, and in this episode we talk about learn to use your rice cooker. Because one of the things that I realize now, I talk about this one of the episodes where I talk about certain things happening, manifesting, where I'm realizing that some of my goals were being manifested. And that was one of the month, and the month update. But what I realized as well was that with the rice cooker, it's something. So now I'm in a more financially better position where using the rice cooker is, I could actually tolerate and use it. And so now before, because electricity and all these things is actually using a rice cooker is not something that okay it's actually good in that cooking the rice easier, but it's not like it's free. You use electricity light and light is expensive. But no, I'm somewhat getting to a financially better position, you know. But as I said, speaking about that, all these recipes and stuff I wrote in a book, and I realized that no, I could actually do them with some of them with the rice cooker, but I have to actually learn how to do it first because I realized that some it's easier said than done. I cook something try to use it one time, I actually put too much water in the stuff, right? And it didn't come out as best as possible. So it's like, you have to actually learn how to use it as well, just like how you have to learn how to cook. But what it means that now when I go to work, I have the ability to actually prepare better meals more quickly. I'm using the rice cooker. Right? Well, it's just rice and rice on its own. I have to actually use the stove as well to do some stuff. But what happens is that using the rice cooker and the stove in accordance to what happens that I use less gas. So I spend less gas. But I actually cook the meat, prepare the meals faster. And that's a trade off that I may use electricity more. But yeah, it's a trade off that I guess over time I could see how it goes and then I see if it's a better trade off. It's like one of those stuff where, learn to use a rice cooker. If you get it. Because eventually you're going to the future and then eventually, boom, you upgrade to an electric stove instead of using gas stove. And it's like, eventually. But as I said, you have to just take your time and take your time and move up. But as you go into the future, you have to take the time to actually learn the tools that you're using. And then when you actually learn to use it well, you use it more efficiently. And then, yeah, you can actually make the thing more productive. As I'm actually able to actually carry better meals more to work. No, it just that the time to eat it. In this work is actually really really hectic. But as I said, you just have to just go through the process and learn how to use the rice cooker, and that would actually enhance your meal intake as well. So that's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.